Hey everybody, back home in the Toronto suburbs after a long drive home. Reason being is that yesterday, June 21st, 2025, I attended the Dead by Dog Metal Fest in Youngstown, Ohio. Brought to you by Dawg from the Dead by Dog YouTube channel and Hell's Headbangers. I should mention that the evening before that, on Friday, they had a big open house at Hell's Headbangers Warehouse and a free show in Cleveland with Vincent Crowley, Mulder, Nunslaughter, and Deceased. Deceased are one of my favorite metal bands of all time, so I really wish that I could have made that. Just was in the cards, but what are you gonna do? And I traveled alone. It was kind of a last minute decision. Like, my friends are total normies, not really into metal. My wife would have liked to have come with me, but we have 3 kids. She's got to stay home with them. I would have liked to have brought my son, but I totally forgot that even kids need passports to cross the border. But yeah, like I wanted to go for the past year, but I never really made the commitment. And then a couple days before, I was watching Dead by Dog, and like I've been watching that channel for almost 2 years now. I don't really sit there and watch it, but I put in the earbud every evening and just start tidying up the house, doing the laundry, whatever. And it's become a kind of a nightly thing for me. And he was like, if you're within a 5-hour drive, just make the drive, make a memory. And I was like, you know what? Like, he's right. I'm sold. I'm going to go. And another reason was he put out that video where he was just showing the venue. He's like, look around. It's not a dangerous neighborhood. Free parking. Look inside. Restaurant. Affordable beer prices if you drink. I don't. But pinball machines, video games, bowling to keep you entertained if you need that. It just all looked extremely convenient. And I saw a family there. Like the dad was enjoying the music while mom and the kids were like doing the bowling thing. And if Dead by Dog Volume 2 happens at the same place, I am definitely going to make a little family trip out of that. But what else? The whole thing went so smooth. Doors open at 5. I think I got there at 5 to 5. They were already letting people in, no problem. Sets were all on time. The gaps between bands, not too long, not too short, like maybe 10, 15 minutes. They even had like free like jugs of water. That was pretty cool. Like sometimes you go to like a venue in Toronto and it's like a strip club in the washroom where like, some guy is like putting soap on your hands and asking for a tip after. Just a real pain. And this was nothing like that. So again, that's a big part of why I went, and it did not disappoint in that regard. So I'll talk about the bands briefly one by one, and I'll say right off the bat, like looking at the lineup, like I know all these bands. These are all good quality metal bands. Genre-wise, not really to my taste. I'm definitely predominantly a classic metal and black metal guy, and I make no bones about it. I spend equal amounts of time listening to like Kiss, Van Halen, and Led Zeppelin than I do the extreme stuff, for sure. But again, I know all these bands, and a couple of them just kind of experience it like fresh and get exposed to some new things. And again, I really have no complaints about the day. So I'll show you a couple things that I bought, a whole bunch of CDs that we'll probably look at a later time once I listen to them, and a couple t-shirts. So I got the Dead by Dog Fest shirt. On the back, you got Dawg of Hell's Headbangers presents Dead by Dog Volume 1, West Side Bowl, Youngstown, Ohio. The date, all the bands, and maybe we'll reference that as we talk about them. And then this shirt, there were 2 attic designs made special for the show. I got the black one. It's got the date and everything on the back. And you know what? Just kind of like overhearing people talk and knowing that they were selling these shirts at the open house the day before, I was pretty sure that they were all gone. Like, it looked like there were like a couple like smalls on display. Then like after a couple hours, I was like, well, I'll just go and ask. And I got apparently their final 2 XLs for both of them. So very happy about that. So let's get into the bands a bit. First band of the night, you had Rotten UK. My exposure is basically streaming them a handful of times on Spotify. Definitely the most punk band of the night. There was a little bit of metal in there, but I'd say I would classify that as like extreme punk. And yeah, great set overall. Most of these sets outside the headliner were, I'd say, about 45 minutes. Next up, Rotrevor. They replaced Regurgitation maybe 2-3 weeks ago. And for me personally, that was a net positive, as I personally prefer Rotrevor to Regurgitation. And really heavy. They're working on new material. They were awesome. And the first clear highlight for me personally was the Lurking Corpses. And I've definitely listened to them many times. And Dawg's always talking about them. And I was like, yeah, they're a solid band, but enough with the Lurking Corpses. But seeing them live, it's clear to me that that's where they excel. And I went from like a casual fan to someone who's going to pick up all the albums and definitely keep a close eye on them. I'd say like musically, they were like stripped down old school classic metal meets, I'd say, Michael Graves era Misfits, especially American Psycho. That's what I heard. They got the kind of 80s Halloween schlocky thing going on, sense of humor on stage. They were my second favorite band of the evening. So just talk about the fest itself before we get back to the bands. Pretty much all the bands had their own merch stands that were attended throughout the entire evening. Hell's Headbangers had a big vending area. And many familiar faces walking around. Saw Vincent Crowley, Sam Biles. I saw Reaper, all the Hell's Headbangers guys, Dawg himself, Eric, Chase, Elcat. I saw the guy that does the Reaper Metal Productions YouTube channel. I recognized him. I don't know them by sight, but I heard the Kill the Posers podcast guys getting a shout out. I don't really listen to the kind of metal that Kill the Posers discuss, but I do listen to most of their episodes because I just eat up any kind of metal podcast. So that was cool. And at the end of the night, actually, I got a picture with Dawg. I'm kind of a shy guy, but when it seemed like there weren't too many people around him, I just went and said, hey, do you mind we snap a quick picture? But we really didn't even like exchange like a formality, like, hey, nice to meet you, had a great time. But in the words of the Dawg, I'm pretty sure he happens to not give a fuck. But it's cool to get a picture. And between like the fourth and fifth band, I stepped outside, and someone who I'm pretty sure is one of the Lurking Corpses was doing interviews outside. Not interviews, sorry. Like Dawg trivia for fun. Like, how well do you know certain facts from the channel? So I watched a couple other people go up there, and I was like, I got this. So I gave it a go. And I don't know if this stuff's actually going to get put on YouTube or not. Probably some will and some won't. But yeah, they definitely stumped me first question. But that was kind of cool. And back to the bands. Who was next? Evil Army. Thrash band who apparently haven't done much lately. And I thought they'd be kind of older guys, but I mean, I'm 41. They definitely looked a whole lot younger than me. And real intense set. They made a fan out of me for sure. Bought an album. Speak about that after I give it a couple spins. And I'd say they were my third favorite band of the night. Next up, Malignancy. Brutal death metal legends. Definitely not the kind of thing I'm going to listen to on record, but amazing players. One of the biggest crowd reactions. Seemed like some cool dudes in the band. I definitely enjoyed it overall. And again, just seeing a new flavor of metal that I definitely don't watch live very often was really cool. And I'll definitely be spending some time getting acquainted with some Malignancy albums this week. I got the whole week off to kind of delve into all these bands and check some new tunes out. So second from the top, Profanatica. American, I guess you'd say black metal legends. I just say extreme metal legends. And I'm forgetting the name of the release, but they were playing, I think it was like 2 EPs from back in the day, from beginning to end. I don't know those albums. I mean, I've definitely like listened to them, but I don't really know the songs as I hear them. But another big crowd reaction, and intense. That's the word for it. Highlight of the night and headliner of the night, Attic, all the way from Germany. Not only were they my favorite band leading into the event, I thought they stole the show for sure. Definitely the longest set time, I'd say, was about an hour and 15 minutes. I think all 3 albums are really good, but the newest one, Return of the Witchfinder, it's not just because I've seen them recently. I really do think this is the best thing they've ever done. My 2 favorite songs from their performance were Darkest Rites and the title track, Return of the Witchfinder, from this very album, and then probably Penalized from Sanctimonious. That was a ripper too. Sounded great, great performance, great stage presence, great song selection. I can't say enough good things about them. They really brought the house down, and they made me a bigger fan than I already am. Great time at Dead by Dawg. I will definitely be there whenever it's within a drivable distance from home. And thanks for watching. See you next time.